Kevin Hansen, CTO of MFGS. Great to see you again. Thanks for joining me. What are the most effective strategies to employ for the Navy and Marine Corps as they're trying to meet digitization, modernization goals?
Yeah, the one we like to leverage with our Navy customers comes from the open standards group, opengroup.org, called IT for IT. And it's really about driving more compliance, more velocity, and more quality into software delivery. So whether we're talking IT or OT or cyber, it's about getting the right infrastructure in place. And then, of course, what really empowers that strategy to move forward with speed is being data-driven. Again, whether it's IT, OT, or even cyber, the more fidelity you're adding in this era of AI is going to drive more quality into your applications, so that you can then, whether you're a sailor looking at a console, making sure that a particular server's still up and running, not having any problems, or whether you're a cyber warrior trying to find that latest threat out on a ship somewhere. Having the fidelity of the data and then having the AI to help drive the correlation of that data so that you're focused on really critical stuff is really kind of foundational to that IT for IT framework.
I'm struck by the mention of infrastructure right up front. I'm glad you said that. And the reason is because I continue to talk to folks in the sea services and other parts of the department who are still focused on that. And part of me thinks, well, it's 2026. Why are we still talking about infrastructure? And yet, when you mentioned artificial intelligence, and there are all these things that are new types of technologies that may or may not rely on a different type of infrastructure than before. Am I looking at that the wrong way?
No, not at all. I mean, I think you have to start with what you have. And then, of course, as new innovation and technology comes out, you're looking to improve your mission in different ways. You want to leverage some of that technology. But having this foundational reference architecture that you can measure that implementation against, gives you the metrics, gives you the data to help drive priorities to drive those new innovations into the architecture, or perhaps identify that they're not ready yet. And you're better served, maybe invest in some of the existing capabilities that you already have.
What are some of the gaps that you still see in infrastructure when you go and look at organizations, what they've got?
A lot of it is still getting the right data to the right people at the right time. So, silos still exist, and in a lot of cases, there's good reasons for that. But we really need more connected systems to get the fidelity of the data that we need to help drive some of the better decisions and better quality that we're going after.
Are there variables in building data infrastructure, the type of data that's moving across that infrastructure, the mission of the organization, other things I didn't mention? Or is data infrastructure pretty much data infrastructure?
Data infrastructure is pretty much data infrastructure, except you need governance to help kind of manage the different formats, the different ways to access that data. So it matters to a degree, but we're getting closer to the point where applications are able to talk to each other without standardizing their data formats. So I think things will get easier and better when it comes to sharing information, especially data formats that aren't very accessible. But we're getting there.
Is that happening because, why is that happening, I guess, is the better question.
Man, you think about all the different types of technology that the Navy employs, whether it's weapon systems, whether it's OT-based systems, navigational systems, IT systems, and cyber systems. You bring a lot of different technology to bear that operates with different types and different formats of data. And so it's been a challenge to share information given those constraints. But again, this is an area that AI is going to help. It's going to help normalize those unusual formats and make them readable, again, by the people who need to see that data when they need to see it.